Hi guys, welcome to the Quaky Beagle. I'm Dave Cash. I've just watched the Top Gun 2 trailer and I feel the need for some quantification. Oh, is it recording? Is it recording? Yep, lights on. So yeah, welcome to the first episode of the Quaky Quantification. I'm absolutely delighted to finally be able to get the show onto YouTube. I've been working on it for a long time, so I hope you enjoy it, and if you don't, just patronise me and that'd be great. So, on today's show, we've got record reviews of records that we currently have down at Not Just Vintage. We also have the upcoming dates for various fairs, including record fairs, antique fairs and flea markets, all within the Wirral and local area. And finally, we have our time capsule project, which is going on right now, and you can get involved. And that's what we've got coming up today. So let's first of all head over to me to do the reviews of a couple of records that we have in stock right now. Okay guys, this is part of the show that we call Ins and Outs. This is a quick look at the records that we've got coming into the shop, and also the records that we've got already in the shop down at Not Just Vintage, of course, Oxton Road. Now the first band, you might have already guessed, judging by this amazing mural down in New Brighton. This was unveiled on the 1st of September, so brand spanking new. Come on down, have a look. And if you do, your second stop should of course be Not Just Vintage to pick up this. This is the Beatles' Help, a great album in my opinion. It's actually my favourite album. A lot of people go straight for likes of Rubber Soul or Sgt. Pepper, but in my opinion, if you're going to start your record collection with a Beatles record, this is the one to go for. This record, Help, obviously features some of the songs from the movie. It also includes some absolute classics. You've got Yesterday on there, of course. You've got Ticket to Ride, I Need You, and Help, one of the best records, the best tunes the Beatles ever did, in my opinion. And it's one of the few records that my wife likes, who absolutely hates the Beatles, because she's wrong.
Overrated.
So this record, really nice condition. As you can see, you might be able to see there's a few marks down the edge, just a few little stains related to age. Other than that, this is a really nice condition record. It plays beautifully, and the best part about it is, as well as the really simplistic design, I love the artwork on this. It's just £15 down at Not Just Vintage. Please choose the band. So just £15 down at Not Just Vintage. So if you're heading down that way, really well worth taking a look. Okay, so for our second record in the ins and outs section of the show, I'm going for a record that really sets off one of those nights with a classic American beer and mates, or some Jack Daniels or some other whiskey of course, and a deck of cards. You can't go wrong with Thin Lizzy. This particular album is in the shop, well basically by the time you see this video, this will be in the shop for £10, and I think it's absolutely worth it, at least for the cover. The cover art, I think, sells this record. It doesn't have a lot of the same greats on it as many of the other albums. In fact, the best song on this, I would say, is Sarah, which I think is actually underrated as a Thin Lizzy song. A lot of people will still go for like, Boys Are Back in Town, but I think that's the one to go for. It's such a good record, mainly down to Phil Lynot's voice, who, obviously any Thin Lizzy, that's what sells their music, but it's a really, I call it beer music, because it's one of those bands that will go with any night with beers, as long as it's not a big fight at the end, and even that probably would. But this record in particular, I love it. I love the look of it, I love the sound of it, and I almost don't want to sell it. But I say it'll be going in, it should be going in tomorrow, which is Monday the 9th, and it'll be on sale for £10. And this is Thin Lizzy, Black Rose on Vertigo, 1979. And I don't suppose it'll be around long, so have a good look for it, and quickly. Well, what a talented guy that reviewer is. I have to say, for war, he's got the good looks, just like me. Knows his stuff too. Now we're going to come to the upcoming dates of events that you may find of interest, both here in the Wirral and the surrounding areas. So, first of all, 29th of September at the Liner Hotel in Liverpool, they have a record fair going on. So that's again the 29th of September, record fair at the Liner Hotel in Liverpool. Follow that up with both the 6th of October and the 4th of November. Hume Hall in Port Sunlight have their regular flea markets going on. And I've both bought and sold there, and I can highly recommend that. It's a great event. Finally, on the 28th of December, which I know is a long way away right now, but it'll be here before you know it, Mould Theatre Fluid are holding one of their antiques fairs. Now, I haven't been to one of those myself, but I'll try and get along to that one to see what it's like. If you've got any events coming up, we've got another one of these quickie quantifications coming out in a couple of weeks, and we'd love to know if you've got any events going up. If you do, please drop us a message below or comment on this video, send us a message over at Facebook, or you can even email us via our website at quakerbeagle.co.uk. Now, if you follow us over on Facebook, you'll know that right now we've got a sort of a time capsule project going on. It's something we're doing over on Spotify, and to tell you a little bit more about it, here's me. So you find me here today in the lovely village of Port Sunlight, right in the heart of Wirral, because it forms a very tenuous link to the project that I'm here to talk about, which is essentially things freezing in time. So the Wirral has a long tradition of things freezing in time. Over the course of many centuries, there have been stories of hidden treasures, there have been stories of tunnels. In fact, many of the tunnels now are open to the public. But there's also a long tradition of time capsules. Now, if you haven't heard of time capsules, let me explain. So time capsules are essentially something you would bury in the ground, or perhaps at the foundation of a building, and it's filled with items which represent the time that either the building was built or when you lived. Then, say 30, 40, 50 years later, another generation digs it up and takes a look at examples of how you lived and the things you might have been entertained by. So there might be newspapers in there, there might be books, games, photographs, medals even. And so I thought, couldn't you do the same with music? Of course, there are many ways that you could store music, whether on a flash drive, a hard drive, maybe even CDs. And of course you could bury those in the ground, there's no problem with that. But I thought maybe something a little bit more interactive that you lovely Quaker Beaglers could help with. But what about using something different? Maybe not a physical platform, but what about Spotify? Imagine you could physically bury a Spotify playlist. 100 years from now, someone digs it up. What music would you want to see on that playlist? What music represents the here and now? What music represents an event in your lifetime? What represents an event that affected us all? You know, I'm talking about the political climate, the good times, the bad times, the great times. I'm talking about things that affected us all and might still be affecting people 100 years from now. They could also just be pieces of music that represent great artists. Talent should be remembered, certainly. great artists will definitely be remembered, but why not help them along and include them on the Spotify playlist, the Quirky Time Capsule? It's really easy to let us know which music you think should be included in the playlist. Simply comment below, send us a message over on Facebook, or Twitter, or Instagram, or even via our website, quirkybeatle.co.uk. Let us know what song, let us know why, and that's it really. It's not down to us to decide. You've already made the decision that it should go in, and so we'll include it. And by the way, if you didn't notice, one of the locations I used during this video is the fantastic Hume Hall, a place I'm very familiar with, having done many flea markets and antiques fairs right here. As you can see, actually they've got another one on this Sunday, and they're on here regularly. And one of the things I love about this place is its little footnote in rock and roll history. Ringo Starr made his debut with the Beatles right here in this building many years ago. So it's come quite a long way from being a mess hall for the nearby Lever Brothers factory. And so that's it from here in lovely Port Sunlight. Please do get involved. Thank you very much for watching, and now back to me in the studio / living room. Well, thank you, me, and once again, what a devilishly handsome reporter we've got out there on the streets. Now, ordinarily this was where I was going to go into please subscribe and all that, but one of the things that keeps coming up down at the unit at Not Just Vintage, and you may have noticed this yourself if you've ever been down there, and if you haven't, please do, is some people have an issue with these record sleeves. This is Elton John's Caribou for a £5. It'll be in very soon, but don't worry about the record right now. These little polythene sleeves, people seem to have a problem with them. They don't like the way I use them. Specifically, that I put the record in from the top, and so the opening's at the top. Now I know that if you're at home and you've got your record collection in some of these, you'll have it this way round so you can access the record from the side. But there's a very good reason I don't do that. At least not in the shop anyway. I do it, by all means I do it at home with my record collection, but not in the shop. Simply because I want to give the records the best protection possible. When records are openable on the side, so when you can just roll out or slide out your record, quite often customers in the shop will do this. Oh, that's interesting. And then they'll turn it round and the record just drops out the bottom and I've just lost money. Or they'll do this. Oh yeah, I'm just going to slide that back in. Records come out halfway, but I'm just going to dump it straight back in the record bin anyway. And it costs me money to replace damaged records. So if you see records that you're flicking through and you're really tempted to take the record out and then put it back in the way you do it at home, even though the label would look really stupid because it looked like that, please don't do it. Do it at home, don't do it in the shop, because it really is a pain in the butt. I have to change every time I go in there, I have to change about 20 records through people doing that, and I really would prefer they stay up this way. Don't mean to sound like a record bitch, but it just helps me out, so that would be great. And finally, if you want to find out a little bit more about what we've got going on right now, for example, we need to announce the next record giveaway, you need to be over on our Facebook page. Our Facebook page can be found facebook.com/quirkybeagle, and over there we have regular events. We have regular competitions, we have things for fun like the Tuesday teaser. We always announce our iconic record giveaway. We have updates on stock first and foremost before anywhere else. It's on Facebook, but it is closely followed by Instagram. So if you're on our Instagram, or if you're not on our Instagram, please do go and check us out there. We're also on Twitter, and I once in a while I tweet, and I'm promising myself I'm going to tweet more. I intend to become a serial tweeter, but I'm not there yet. But if you can, please help us out by going over and giving us a like or a follow or whatever it is over on Twitter. We're also on Discogs. We tend not to sell on Discogs very often, but we do put our rarities on there, things that wouldn't quite belong in the shop. So somewhere where we can get more access to more customers around the world, we put things on Discogs. So if you're looking for rarities, please do head over there. And that's it. We've reached the end of the very first quirky quantification. I'm absolutely delighted with how it's gone. Probably. I haven't edited it yet. It could be shit. But hopefully it's not. And I'm hoping you lovely people out there have enjoyed this and you're looking forward to the next episode, which should be in about 2 weeks' time. We've already got material getting written down and filmed for that. In the meantime, you can find our unit down at Not Just Vintage. There we are at the back. You go to the back of the shop, down some steps, slightly to the left, and there we are. It's like Aladdin's cave. Very small, but it's on the size of the Capsule. And that's it. Again, Not Just Vintage, 136 Oxton Road, opposite the new Lidl. As always, we park there free of charge. Lidl are okay with that, so we've reached an agreement, probably. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, yada. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
I cheated on you with Dave in the red hoodie.
Squirrel! He's got a huge nut in his mouth.
If I cheat on you in the future, you're gonna have the same response.
Oh, Dave in the red hoodie's dish.